Hi, this is a ground speed indicator. This instrument permits also the measurement of the distance from the aircraft to the ground station. It is indicated by the digital display here. The distance from the station is in nautic miles. The ground speed is indicated by this needle here. This seems to be a galvanometer. There is a knob which permits the measurement of the time from the station for a given ground speed, for example 200 knots. For a distance selected of 20 miles, you have the time of 6 minutes. This is just a calculator. So here you can see the reference of this indicator and the serial number. So this was manufactured by Decca Navigator. On the rear we have two connectors, one circular and one sub-D connector with 15 terminals. So let's open this thing to see what is inside. We have several electromechanical stuff. You have several gears on this side. We have an electronic board here, another one here, and several synchros. So we can see the galvanometer here in order to set the needle. So there is an AC motor here. This is actually a stepper motor. (28 volts). So the motor permits the activation of the digital display here. The motor is linked to the gears here. And the gears permit the rotation of different synchros. So we have one here. So it seems that the rotation of this one is 1 turn for the complete digital display here, from 0 to 999 probably. We can see the rotation at the same time. The other ones are probably a fine synchro and another synchro. So it seems that there is one synchro actually for each digit here. There is also this limit switch here. So this one is activated from 0 to 180 degrees of this thing here. So it is activated probably from 0 to 5 here or something like that. Let's see. Okay, it is activated here. At 9. Maybe you can hear the small click. And now from 9 to 9. So this switch is activated every 2 turns of the last digit here. It's a kind of divider by 2 for this digit here. I don't know the purpose of this switch. So this thing rotates actually every 2 turns of the last digit here. Let's see the electronic boards now. They are not complicated. There are only a few transistors and passive parts. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 transistors exactly. And on this board, we have only passive parts, except a few diodes here. Otherwise, we have only resistors and capacitors. This is strange. can see that all the parts are soldered between lugs here. The parts are not soldered on the PCB directly. That's strange also. This is the first time I see this kind of assembly. Only the transistors are directly soldered to the PCB actually. I did the complete reverse engineering of this unit. So first I have found that the stepper motor, which permits the activation of the needle, is connected actually to the rear connector. So this instrument is not able to work in standalone mode. There is something outside this instrument which permits to activate at least the digital display here. The needle itself is actuated using some circuits on this board here with a lot of passive parts. The schematics of this thing is here. As you can see, this thing is a diode shaper system. The input voltage is here. This is the DC voltage, of course. There is an adjustment of the zero, which is provided with this trimmer here, which is connected between plus 18 volts and minus 17 volts. These voltages are written on the PCB. So this permits the adjustment of the zero. And they are different, and there are several thresholds. The thresholds are given by all the diodes. So there is the first threshold with this diode. Then we have this one and this one, which provide two diode voltage drops. And then we have these three diodes in series here. So there is a function like a square root. So the function is concave. It is possible to test this function. Actually, it is the only thing we can test on this device. On this board, there is another circuit, which is this one here. So it is complicated. There are actually 4 inputs, and these inputs are connected to the stepper motor. So at each input there is an RC network. So there is a small pulse here at these terminals. And you can see that there are several diodes which are interconnected with some resistors between the diodes here. And then there is a one output signal, which is this one here. So I don't know exactly the purpose of this thing. It is quite complex. And I didn't try actually to understand this thing. The more complicated is this board here with the transistors. It was also a little bit complicated to do the reverse actually. It was not so easy. The schematic diagram is here. So the output is this terminal, and the output is connected to the input of the previous circuit with the galvanometer. This input E603. So there is a Darlington here in order to have a high input resistance at this point. This point we have obviously an AC voltage. So this AC voltage is translated into a DC voltage using this voltage doubler. This is a Schenkel voltage doubler. Here we have 2 amplification stages. The schematics are more or less identical except the values of some resistors. So something interesting we can notice is a bootstrap technique here. So this permits to feed to this point the same voltage than the output voltage. So this permits to have a very small AC current flowing into this resistor here. So this permits to increase the input impedance from this point. The input impedance actually is roughly this resistor here. For example, this one, it is adjustable, but 43 kilo ohms. This value is multiplied by the current gain, HFE, of this transistor. If you suppose that the gain is 100, for example, the impedance seen at this point is 4.3 megohm. So this is the same for this one. There is also a bootstrap technique. And the first stage is a little bit complicated, as I don't know what kind of signal should be applied at these 3 inputs. It is difficult to guess what is the purpose of this circuit. But anyway, this is a complete schematics of this thing. So actually it was not useful because I cannot do anything with this. So in order to perform some measurements on this thing, I will test this shaping function. I will connect this terminal to a power supply in order to have these thresholds, because we have also different thresholds which are given by this voltage divider. Because for example at this point we have the voltage of this diode plus a small voltage across this resistor here, which is roughly probably 300 or 400 millivolts or something like that, and this voltage is added to this voltage drop. So this permits to set the threshold at this point here. It is the same for this point. There is also an adjustment here of the scale, and there are also these 3 diodes, so I don't know exactly the function. They are maybe used as a temperature compensation, because the problem of this kind of circuit is the dependency with temperature, because the threshold voltages depends on temperature. So maybe this is a kind of temperature compensation. They can participate also on the function of this thing, I don't know. Okay, so I have connected from the ground to the input power supply from 0 to 10 volts. I have also connected two power supplies, minus 17 volts and plus 18 volts here. So currently there is 0 volt at the input. I will increase with a 1 volt step. So this is 1 volt. You can see that the display is approximately 100. This is 2 volts. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So you can see that there is a kind of compression, because I need 1 volt approximately for 0 to 100. And 8 volts for 500. That is to say 7 volts between 100 and 500. So let's do a rough curve. On this side there will be the input voltage from 0 to 10 volts approximately to 8. 8 is the maximum. And on the other side there will be something which go up to 600. Okay, so let's see. So 0, there is 0 here. 1 volt. So 1 volt is 110. This is something here. 2 volts. 160. 3 volts. 250. 4. You have exactly 300. 5, 340. 6, 400. And 7, 460. 8, 540. 9, 600. Okay, so this is the function. So this is something strange. I will try to, maybe it can be interesting to have this point here, 0.5 volt. Okay, 0.5, 60. Okay, this is something more or less linear here. And then there is something strange like that. This is roughly the function which is provided using these diodes. The normal sensitivity would be this line here. So it is possible to add a line from these 3 points here. It is more or less something like that here, approximately. Okay, so we can see effectively the different thresholds. One at this point here, one here approximately. So we have these 2 thresholds here, which permits to change the slope of this thing. So this thing is linear from 0 to 100, and after there is a change of the slope. This was turned on and small studies around this instrument. Unfortunately, it is not possible for me to go further. This instrument cannot work in standalone mode. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye.